welcome to Let's Get Koozie. I am your host, Danny. This episode is brought to you by Hawkstream. And today my guest is Heather. Say hi.
Hi.
So Heather is coming from ECU, and we went to Wake Tech Community College together. So that's how we met.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Ooh, 26. Well, no, we met in 2017, I want to say.
Yeah, I think the the fall of 2017.
Correct.
Yeah, I believe. No, it was the spring semester.
Yeah,
so
one semester
2018. Yep.
Yeah, because I transferred out fall of 2018.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I was there for another semester.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I transferred here the spring of 2019.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we met in math class.
Yeah. I was really love Mr. Jones. Shout out to Mr. Jones, but
I wish I could connect with him on that level. I mean, he was great. I just really sucked at that class.
Math was an interesting one. I thought it was, our little meetups were fun, outside of class studying and stuff. I thought that was fun, but,
Yeah, because I remember trying to concentrate, and this was right before we became friends, and you guys were giggling. You and Destiny were just giggling behind me, and I was like, I wonder what they're laughing about. And then I came into the group, and then it was all downhill from there.
I'm pretty sure someone I think it was Destiny maybe complimented you on your tattoo.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
When I think
it was your wolf on your arm, I believe.
Not yet. I didn't have that one yet. I didn't get it till March.
I don't know.
Then my inner arm one.
Potentially.
Yeah, the one that I got it matching with my cousin. That's probably the one that she complimented on.
Probably.
Because I remember I got the tattoo later in March, and I came back. And you guys were like, oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
But that class literally gives me nightmares. And just for the fact that, we had a study group. I think we met up 3 times a week, or was it 2 times a week?
It was probably 3 times a week, honestly.
3 times a week. And the math class that we took was pre-calculus algebra.
Oh, I'm glad you looked that up because I did not.
Oh, I remember. Oh, trust me, I remember. That's how bad I'm scarred from this class. Yeah, because I think you only had 3 options at Wake Tech. It was either statistics, quantitative literacy, whatever that was. I dropped.
That one was easy to me because that was
I don't do Excel. We don't get along.
It was a lot with Excel.
Oh, I know. That's why I dropped it twice. I was like, this class is not for me. Yeah. And the the algebra one, pre-calculus algebra. I was like, well, I was good at algebra in high school. I made A's in those classes. No. No. I think what got me was the homework was online. And I knew if I could do the homework, I could pass the class and pass the tests and stuff. Yeah. However, we did not go over the homework, so that messed me up. And then the stuff online was messing me up even more because it would tell me I was wrong.
Right.
And then it wasn't really helping you.
Right. And I also, wasn't it all due the day of the test? So it was we, until the last few tests when we realized we're going to fail if we don't get our stuff together.
Yeah.
We were holding off on those homeworks until last day. I know I didn't finish a couple of them.
Oh, yeah, which is why we stayed in those, study rooms for, the longest time.
Yeah, we got our stuff together, at the end, but...
I mean, we tried. You and Destiny passed. Me, however, I had to retake this class. But you were the one who witnessed my breakdown after one of the exams we took.
No, it was a good time.
I laughed and cried hysterically at the same time.
While we were heading to the mall, but also laughing at yourself for bawling. It was so sad, but so funny.
I think in that moment I realized that I was not passing.
Yeah.
I was it's the dub.
It was
I tried hard too. I went to the individual learning center, the STEM center. I even talked to him.
Didn't even teach math.
No, they didn't. They sat with you for 2 seconds and then they walked away. And I was like, what?
And they weren't doing the questions right. I remember me and you, I don't know if Destiny was there, but we definitely went together once.
Yeah.
And there was someone in there that
they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
No, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And, oh my God. So I took it after you graduate. Well, you didn't graduate. You didn't get your associates from there.
No,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so at this point, you were at ECU. I was retaking this class for the second time with a different teacher who was also good. But I had to find a private math tutor, and I paid $75 out of my own pocket a week for this private math tutor. Your girl passed with a C. It transferred to UNC Wilmington. I am done. I am happy.
Yeah, you're done with math now, right? Like,
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
I never have to deal with math again.
Yeah.
And I am so happy.
Yeah.
I did have a little bit of math in personal finance, but it wasn't like horrible. It was like when someone like showed me, I was like, okay, I got this.
Right.
But it was only like a little bit.
It wasn't pre-calc.
Oh no, not pre-calculus. No, no, honey.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad all of the struggles and the mental crying. So much crying.
The stress and the fear.
Oh, it was so bad. But shout out to my math tutor, Mark. You awesome.
Love that.
I appreciate you.
Passed because of him. So
I saw his little ad in this poke shop that I used to work at.
Really?
Yeah, his ad was in there, and I was like, I mean, I guess I should hit him up.
Yeah, shout out to that guy.
You saved my life. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Got out of there. No more math. That's great.
Yes. So, how are you liking ECU?
I love my program. I love like the people that I'm with.
Mm-hmm. And what's your program?
Birth through kindergarten education.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. We get to work with kids. We have like a center on campus where we get to go down and like interact with kids and stuff. Very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our professors are very helpful. Most of the advisors are helpful. I don't want to say that like that, but most of them are helpful.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the big main difference for you between like community college and like the university?
I feel like a positive difference, because there's
some pros and cons. Yeah.
I feel like something that's positive is like community, because now that I'm with I have a set major, and all of those people, like I'm having classes with people that I've known now since I transferred in, whereas at Wake Tech, like it was a blessing that I met you, because there was no one, like people didn't really make friends in classes. Like I don't know how many friends you have from Wake Tech.
I mainly talk to you. I have another friend. She's pretty cool, and I occasionally talk to this other girl through social media, but other than that, that's it. But I didn't make these friends until my second year at Wake Tech.
Right, so like you go and you have 2 years of going to school, and you have 3 friends. Like I think you're the only one, aside from my boyfriend, but we met in high school, we just reconnected in college, but like
right,
there weren't much connections to be made, because even myself, like I would go to class and then I would go home. Like there was no staying on campus or hanging out on campus. Like
right,
and the classes are different. Like you're never in a class with someone else that you know.
Yeah, that class is mainly for, well, not class, but like that school is just mainly for let me go to my class and then go home.
Yeah, like let me get my stuff done and let me get out of there. And I mean, I did it too, so like it's not like I was chilling on campus trying to make friends. And I know like other people have other experiences if you like hang out in the cafeterias or something, but like for someone who was also just trying to get their stuff done, like I never made any connections in class. But at ECU, it's like I know these people because they're in my major. Like we see each other on campus all the time.
Right.
So I've made a better group of friends at ECU. That's
good. I relate to that. Yeah. I have a big like friend community here in Wilmington, which is really great. And I feel like as a transfer student, you appreciate the university more because you've been to a community college and you've seen like both sides of it. Yeah. I will say I do miss the unlimited amount of printing at Wake Tech. This $8 ain't enough.
I agree with that.
So now I have to think about it. I'm like, is this really worth printing or no?
Right.
And like, how much should I save aside for this one class? Because printing out multiple 24-page papers to turn in is crazy.
I have not yet, written a 24-page paper, and I hope that I will never have to, because that sounds like hell, honestly.
Shout out to Dr. Olson's class, being a comm major.
Yeah, that's rough.
He's great, though. He's a great professor, but those papers were very intense, I will say.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, yeah. I do like the food better on campus. I don't know how like yours is, but I remember Wake Tech just sucking. They had like that sad pizza, and then they occasionally in the mornings would have Chick-fil-A. And then like their options were very limited. Think of I know we're from the North Campus of Wake Tech. I have taken more classes on 2 other campuses, like the Perry. Is that the health science
Perry
one?
Science.
Yeah, the Perry Science. I had chemistry up there, and I also took a class at the main campus, which is like south one.
Campus.
Yeah, but I usually went to the North Campus, and the North Campus, the little cafeteria, was so freaking small. It was literally like a closet.
Right. And there weren't like food options.
Not really. They did have food trucks, and they were okay, but food trucks can be a little expensive for college students.
Yeah.
And shout out to Paul. So Paul was this guy who was trying to transfer to NC State. And he had his own little like smoothie shop going on in like the math building, and we would sometimes go there before math class. And he did a really good job. He was really friendly, and he was running it all by himself. But he eventually had to close it down, and I was like very sad. Like my last semester there, I was like, dang.
It was sad. And there was also
that coffee shop.
The coffee shop in the library, but they moved into Building D where he was with his smoothie shop.
Right. Yeah. So that's basically all they really had food-wise. So not much.
Yeah, no. There's a lot more on university campuses because there's so many students. And then also meal plans. I never had one, and I know you said you didn't have one either for here.
Oh, I had one for
freshman.
Yeah, my bad. I had one my first semester here.
Gotcha.
But like as I was like slowly transferring to like my dietary issues, and then I was slowly like converting to vegan without truly really knowing it until like the summer. That's when I fully became vegan. But it was like harder to eat, and there wasn't many options for me. I mean, like yes, there's options, but healthier. Yeah. Like it was still good, but I'm also picky, and I like to change it up every once in a while. Yeah. So. Yeah. I can't eat the same thing over and over. It does nothing for me. Yeah. So I now like make my own meals.
And you have a lot in Wilmington, like.
Oh yeah.
A lot of options.
Pho Cafe is so good. I think I have a problem. Yeah, at least it's so good for you, but it's like it just hits the soul. It's like this Vietnamese soup. It's really good.
So good.
And it has rice noodles and like vegetables in it, and you have like a vegetable broth, or you can do like a meat broth. And you usually get the chicken one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Ooh, it just hits.
Yeah, especially
hits
like
different.
In the winter, like it's cold, like walking around town and then going to get pho.
I go during like in the summer. I'm that weirdo.
Well, so is Jenna Marbles.
I mean, I'm basically her.
Oh, okay. Love that.
In my dreams, maybe. But how, like, is there any other things that are, like, different for you, wise, like ECU and then Wake Tech?
I would say resources. I mean, like, we were talking about, like, food options, but there's an amazing student center at ECU where there's, like, you know, pool tables and gaming and, like, just places to hang out. That's where most of the food is located. There are study rooms in there. Just, there are things to do there, whereas Wake Tech, everyone went to class and went home, really. I mean.
There were some people that used to be friends in high school, and then I would see them hang out in the library. But you know, like that's the place for to study.
Right.
So they would get yelled at constantly, like shut up.
There's no place to hang.
Yeah, there's no place to hang, so you don't really give them many options to do that.
Right.
So of course you're gonna get yelled at.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to deal with that problem.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
So that's something I definitely found. Oh, you know what? Something I found.
What?
Work ethic.
Oh, yes.
I feel like people, I mean, at least from what I've noticed, I feel like people put in more work at a university level than at Wake Tech.
Really?
Yeah. Like group projects specifically.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because people are so dedicated, I feel like so dedicated to their major to where you're like, you're trying. Like, you don't want to fail that class because you don't want to pay for it again at university level because it's too expensive. But you want to get out of there. You want to graduate with your degree.
Right.
So that's something I've noticed. Like.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I know for me, like, working with groups can be challenging because there are, it's definitely different when you're completely into your major. If you're still in classes, like the prereq classes and stuff, like, usually people don't really care that much.
Yeah.
But once you're in something that you truly have a passion for and care for, it really, like, works out. Yeah. And people are giving it their all, and they're contributing because they want it to be good.
Right.
So I think it depends.
I guess that's what I meant, because I transferred in basically with, I didn't get my associates, but I only had, like, geology left to take. Geology and, like, a history class to take at ECU. So, like, most of the classes I have been taking are for my major. Therefore, they're, like, people are more invested in what they're doing. And I guess they care more because they're interested in what they're learning about.
Right.
So that's probably it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Because, like, I took this oceanography class here, and I didn't really care about it. No. I was just taking it because I needed the credits to satisfy my science needs.
Love that.
I mean, I still did good in the class, but I think I could have given it my all if I was, like, fully invested. Right. Like, it was still cool to, like, learn about, but at the same time, it's, like, not my major. Right. You know? Yeah. Which I feel like there's certain things that I wish I didn't have to take, but I have to because it satisfies something on my degree audit. Right. You know, there's other classes I wish that I could fill that void, but it doesn't. So I'm like, okay, fine, cool, it's all right.
I feel that.
But it's okay. Didn't you have some like counselor issues going on?
Sure did.
Tell me more.
So I graduated from high school in 2016. Right. But I won't be graduating with my bachelor's until 2021.
Same.
That's some time. Like, that's a minute.
Go us, 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, obviously it's not a race and everyone's going to complete, you know, what they need to complete on their own time.
Oh, right.
But all my friends from high school are obviously, they're graduating this semester. You know, they're like, they're seniors, they're done. But I feel like at Wake Tech, not to, like, slam their advisors, but I feel like I wasn't being, like, advised. You know, we're coming straight out of high school. We don't know what we're doing. Oh, yeah. And I wasn't, you know, on top of it. So I guess definitely partially my fault because I could have signed up for more classes. But my advisors were definitely, like, saying, like, oh, you like 4 classes, 12 credit hours is normal. So I was taking, like, 12 credit hours where I could have been taking 15, 16 and getting out of there in 2 years with my associates. But that didn't happen. And after 2 years, I got accepted to ECU and I still didn't have my associates because I was not taking enough classes. So that was kind of annoying. Yeah. But, yeah, I feel like that was the problem with the advisors. Is, like, they... I feel like they gave you minimum, like, effort. Yeah, like, the bare minimum of what they needed to.
Right. Yeah. They tried, like, a little bit, but they weren't truly into you. I think it's just because they see so many students. Right. Because Wake Tech is huge. How many campuses they have? Like, 5?
That's
6?
possible.
They have a lot, and they're very, like, spread out too.
Yeah, they have quite a lot that I don't even know about. Like, I was basically on Main and North campus. Right. Now it's called, like, Northern and Southern. It's not even called Main campus anymore. But
yeah, I heard at one point they were trying to make the North campus the main campus, but now it's just North and then South
Northern,
or South.
Southern, and then, like, West and
whatever.
Our
North campus though looked like a scene from Grey's Anatomy. Like, to me, it looked like a hospital.
I love that.
That's how it looked for me.
Something I find really funny is that they never had a building A. So
they just had building B.
It was building B through, like, J or K or something like that.
Yeah, because they built more buildings.
Right, but, like, they never had a building A, and that was someone's mess up. Like, someone messed up on
someone
that
don't know the alphabet.
Yeah, they messed
we
up
can sing it to you.
I can sign it now. No one can sing it, you know?
With the sign language class. How's that going, by the way?
Oh, it's so nice. Like, it's interesting because we're not used to it, but it's, like, just memorization and, like, trying to get your fingers to work with your head. Like, I know what I want to say, but
I feel like I would stare at my hands all the time to make sure I'm communicating right.
And that's the thing, like, you can't, like, when people sign, they look at you in your face, and it's, like, your peripherals that are getting your, it's crazy. It's hard. And I'm definitely, like, I'm 3 classes in. We've only had 3 lessons, so, like, I'm nowhere close to, like, knowing sign language. But I know my ABCs.
I think you know enough to make someone happy.
I could say, my name is Heather, and nice to meet you, so there's that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty nice.
Yeah. We're learning. By the end of the semester, we'll see, and then you're taking it next semester, so, like,
yes,
hopefully we can communicate and keep up.
Girl, I'll be practicing. I'll like FaceTime you. We can Skype, have a good time.
It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be very helpful. The reason I took it, and it's not a part of, like, my degree, so like you were saying, like, you'd like to take other things. I'm just kind of taking it to fill a void because I don't have enough classes to take before internship.
Right.
But I think it'll help in the classroom because children, I mean, before they start speaking, they can pick up signs. So more and want and stuff like that is that's why I originally took the class. But I think the rest of it's really cool too.
I think that's really important to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
For also to get back on like track of what we were talking about, did you notice any differences between like professors between like Wake Tech and the university?
Not that I can think of. I feel like some classes on the university level, like I've had some classes where they were like 200 people. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I was a number. Like they didn't know who I was. You know? And you don't go to your professor's office as much as you would think. So like I could go through an entire semester and the teacher would never know my name. You know?
Yeah.
So that's a difference. But I don't feel like, you know, Wake Tech professors were specifically, at least not to me, like they weren't like, oh, do whatever. And then, you know, you get to university and it's super hard. Like I feel like it was pretty level for me. What about you?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same. You know, I feel like anywhere you're going to get like a bad professor. Right. My professor will still save your life.
Yes.
But read the comments. Reading the comments is very important. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I did have some big lecture halls when I transferred here because we're used to like 30 or
Wake
less.
Tech was very small classes.
Yes, very small classes, 30 or less. Mm-hmm. And I've sat in classes that was like 200 people here.
Right.
Or like they were very huge. But now that I'm finally like considered a comm major, my classes are more smaller. Mm-hmm. And I'm, you know, doing the media side of communication.
Right.
So now so my classes are very, very small.
Like more structured and like this is your first semester? Like being in the comm major?
So shout out to me, go me.
Congratulations.
Yes, so this semester I'm starting my yoga minor as well as officially being a communication studies student.
Congrats.
Yes, if I'm accidentally putting an S on the end of communication, I am so sorry. Sometimes it just does that. You're not supposed to put an S at the end of communication. They really stress that.
Really?
Oh, yes.
That's an interesting thing to stress.
It's like one of those that, like, if slapping was still acceptable in schools, that would happen here. Like, no, don't do that. Bad.
Rough.
Oh, yeah.
But at least, like, so you're just starting to take classes where you're, like, you're going to know everyone by the end of the semester, and then...
Pretty much. There are, like, 3 other classes that I have to take that are required. So, communication theory and rhetoric theory, and then there's the capstone class. Mm-hmm. And so those you really have to know, but also you get to choose, like, doing IMC, which is more concentrated, like, towards marketing of communication. And then there's also the side of, like, that I'm doing, which is media production. So depending on which route you go in the communication major, it'll just get smaller and smaller, like class size wise. Gotcha. So like the media production classes are usually pretty tight, and depending on like time wise, so and what your heart is into. Because right now I'm starting with field production, mm-hmm. and the next semester I'll be in like studio production. So
gotcha. Have you found your professors any different though? Like.
I love 3 professors on campus. I love them, and that's just mainly because like I've made like connections with them and I'm gonna be around them more. Mm-hmm. So Purnell and Bolduc, like they're amazing. So they're the media production side, and they're just great. They're funny. They're like the dads. So like they're so great. Like you got a dad and like a great uncle type thing going on. And then there's Laura Seljander. She's my yoga professor, and I did a podcast with her, and she's amazing. So I did I did my PE credit with her.
Nice.
And then I'm taking my like intro into yoga teachings and techniques, and that class is getting pretty fun and stuff. It's teaching you, like, the different styles of, like, meditating and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So, and then I'll be studying abroad with her in May.
That's fun.
Oh, my God, I can't wait.
Where are you going?
Costa Rica.
Fun.
Yeah. So I will be water rafting, hiking, a little bit of yoga, and some surfing.
Wow.
It's going to be a great time.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And then you come back to summer classes.
Oh, yeah. Literally the next day I start my summer classes.
That's going to be a rough transition, but at least you'll, like, have explored. Like, that's fun.
Oh, yeah. So hopefully it won't be, like, too bad, but I'm really hoping I come back with, like, a nice tan.
Love that, yeah.
So hope I have that going on for me.
I hope so.
Yeah, maybe I'll have some raccoon eyes, too, to go along with it, with the sunglasses.
Oh,
I mean, we'll see what happens, but...
You know.
Yeah, but I have to train for this trip.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
So we meet up, like, once a week, and we're basically have to track, like, how our fitness levels are going. So, like, we have to see how long we can hold a plank. We have to go up and down, like, a bunch of stairs. So, but it's on you to get physically fit.
Right.
So if you go out to Costa Rica and you didn't train for it and you feel like ass on the trip, I mean, that's on you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I've been training.
I bet. I bet.
So I don't feel like ass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. One more thing I wanted to add. I am so happy that our library here is open longer. Because the one at Wake Tech was closed on the weekends, and then at, like, I think 6 o'clock, it was closed during the week.
I agree with you 100%.
Horrible.
Definitely something I forgot. But, like, when I first got to ECU and I could go to the library on a Saturday, my mind was blown.
Right.
And, like, on Sundays, it's open 24 hours. So Saturday, it closes at, like, 10 or 11. But 24/7, like, you just sit and study at Starbucks. I know it sounds crazy, but, like, as a college student, like, I don't want to be kicked out of the library on the weekend. Like, I have work to do still just because it's not a weekday. I still have work to do.
But still, like, even during the week to close at around 6 to 7 in the afternoon, like, what? Yeah. That was just crazy to me.
Doesn't make sense.
I do appreciate, though, at Wake Tech, we got free parking passes. Well, I did.
Yeah, I did too.
I do miss that, I will say.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I don't like paying $200. I don't.
Yeah.
And to take a bus to campus, like, I'm not even parked on campus, and we gotta pay quite a bit of money.
It's a little expensive. Yeah. I mean, like...
But, I mean, we'll be out soon.
We almost done.
We will graduate next year. That's crazy to think about, but, like, we'll be done next year.
I'll be at your graduation in spirit if it's on the same day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, like, we'd have to pay for tickets. I mean, at least I know ECU would.
I don't know if the comm department does. I know the business department does. You have to pay for tickets.
I mean, I'm sure, because I feel like the education field is it's decently big, so. But.
Have you considered studying abroad or no?
Okay, so, like, my advisor / professor, Ashley Norris, she's going on a trip with another advisor / professor, Suzanne Berry. They're going to Italy to look at Montessori schools, and I was thinking about it, but just I feel like there's, like, I've already went abroad. I went abroad right after my year of high school, and I went all over Europe, and it wasn't really a study abroad. It was just kind of like I got to experience outside of the U.S.
That's exciting.
It was great, and we didn't have to actually do work leading up to it, whereas in college you do.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I want to get more experience in the work field, and I feel like going to Italy and, like, it's expensive, so I've kind of talked myself out of it. But my advisors want me to go, so there's that. Yeah. You should, if you can, do, like, a short term. Well, it's 2 weeks. It's like
that's not bad at all.
It's a week in Rome, and it's like a week in somewhere else.
Okay, that's not terrible.
It's not bad, but it's also like $5,000. I mean, the thing is like, of course, it's including airfare, which is amazing, and it's including your hotel.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I think it includes like one meal a day or something like that. So,
that's nice.
Course, it's amazing. Like, the price is unbeatable, and I would never get that outside of college. Like, you'll never find that price.
That's why I'm going to Costa Rica.
Right. I just feel like there's so many things I want to do. Like, I really want to try to get a job in a center this summer, and I want it to be consistent. And if I go on a trip, like, we only have like 2 months, 2.5 months of summer, 3 months, you know? So, like, I want something kind of consistent, and I feel like that would definitely take time away, so.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, I'm definitely planning on getting my master's, so maybe.
Okay, go you.
I mean, teachers don't make much money, so, like, if I can get more education to make just
get a side hustle.
More, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably, you know, but, like, teaching, you know, you're there from 7 a.m., 6:30 a.m. until
and then you're grading
4
papers.
to 5, right. Well, pre-K, so I'm not grading
that's
papers.
right.
Yeah, I mean, lesson plans and stuff like that, like, I'm not going to have time for a side hustle. So it's just, yeah, hoping to get a little more of an education. Mm-hmm. It's not needed. Like, you know, I could work in a center right now without a degree, but if I worked in a kindergarten, I'd make more money. So
I get that.
But
well, good luck to you on all your adventures at ECU and then your master's program in the future.
I know, it's daunting. Thank you.
You're going to do great.
I hope so.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on my show. I really enjoyed you.
Thank you for having me.
If you enjoy this podcast, there's another one that's similar to mine called We Talk Too Much by Lindsay and Christine. Come check them out. This has been Let's Get Koozie through Hawk Street.